Jamie, it's cold. Don't touch it.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at every Pedro Pascal death from film and TV and ranking them from tame to terrifying. Obviously, there is a major spoiler warning in effect.
Manners maketh man. Let me translate that for you.
Liam, Nikita.
Take me hostage.
What?
They have a sniper on you. Take me hostage.
Before his big break in Game of Thrones, Pedro Pascal was doing bit roles on TV, like playing Liam in an episode of the CW's Nikita. Liam is a rogue division cleaner who is dispatched to assist drug lord Guillermo Garza. However, he ultimately kills Garza to obtain a crucial laptop containing sensitive information.
Well, because of your old friends, I have a brand new mess in my hands. My laptop is going to the DEA.
Where?
What do you mean, where?
Where would they store it?
Liam infiltrates a DEA facility to retrieve said laptop, but is cornered by Nikita and Owen. During a tense standoff, Nikita distracts Liam by revealing personal information, allowing Owen to fatally shoot him through a door. Yeah, pretty tame stuff. This is the CW after all. We'll be getting to HBO later.
Now!
Juan Bado, Graceland.
Why do you think Briggs has been so reluctant to move on Bello? His excuse is he wants to use Bello as bait to get to the other monsters. What he really wants is to sell Bello out.
FBI agent Juan Bado was one of Pascal's first major roles, appearing in 11 episodes of the USA Network's Graceland. Padillo works closely with rookie agent Mike Warren in rooting out corruption within the FBI, and their investigation takes them to agent Paul Briggs.
I am your control officer, and you're gonna help me get Briggs. You're gonna help me prove all of it.
In an attempt to root out the truth, Padillo goes undercover as a killer named Jangles, complete with his trademark set of jangling keys. Padillo Jangles confronts a drunken Briggs, who shoots and kills him before taking him to a secluded spot for burial. Not the most dignified send-off for an FBI agent, but a pretty tame death in the overall Pascal deathography. Special Agent Greer, Law & Order Special Victims Unit.
Well, who's he?
He's a federal agent. He's the one who gave Eddie the gun.
Like most budding actors, Pedro Pascal appeared in an episode of Law & Order, playing ATF Special Agent Greer. Greer supplies a gun to Eddie Skinner, who uses it to kill federal witness Annette Fox, who was posed to testify against sexual offender Luke Ronson. Skinner confesses to killing Annette, and Greer is arrested as an accessory to murder.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're gonna let them arrest me?
Oh, yes. And shake their hands when they're finished.
He is then detained and held in the same squad room as Skinner and Ronson. Now that's just asking for trouble. In a tense climactic scene, Annette's daughter Jenna storms the squad room and opens fire with a handgun, killing both Greer and Ronson. And with that, a girl gets her vengeance.
How long till those idiots go to central booking?
Not soon enough.
Eddie, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Did you, lose your way?
Me? Oh, no, I'm just going to Fisher Hall, which I know is on the Earth planet. Recently voted most pathetic,
Well, I'm lost, and I have a map, so...
We're going way back for this one, when Pascal was just a clean-shaven 24-year-old going by the name Pedro Balmaceda. He was a freshman both in the show and in real life, this being just his 4th credited TV appearance. He plays Sunnydale newcomer Eddie, whom Buffy befriends during her first days on campus.
I've read it like 10 times. I always keep it by my bed. Security blanket.
We have a security blanket. Unless, of course, you count Mr. Pointy.
Mr. Pointy?
They bond over shared feelings of anxiety and uncertainty, but Eddie is later ambushed by a gang of vampires and turned. So much for that budding friendship. When Buffy encounters Eddie again, she discovers his transformation and is forced to stake him, turning him to dust and ending his brief undead existence.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
General Acacius, Gladiator II.
For the glory of Rome.
Ve Victus.
Woe to the conquered.
Look at our boy going from bit SVU roles to headlining a new Gladiator movie. He plays General Acacius, Lucilla's new husband and a general of the Roman army. He is later arrested for conspiring to overthrow the empire and is forced to fight as a gladiator. Macrinus conspires to have Lucius fight him, and the two do battle inside the Colosseum.
Ve Victus.
General.
But Acacius soon surrenders out of respect for Lucius's family, and Lucius in turn refuses to execute Acacius. So, Caracalla takes matters into his own hands and has Acacius executed by the Praetorian Guard, who riddle him with arrows. It's a pretty grisly and emotional death, but at least Acacius went out like a badass.
Tell him! Tell him!
Dave York, The Equalizer 2.
Data on Calvert's hard drive just came in.
No, we'll talk about it on the plane. I want to get out of here as soon as we can, run some theories by Stan.
Now we're getting to the really heavy stuff. Dave York is the film's primary antagonist, a mercenary who was once a DIA officer and a close friend of Robert McCall. York ultimately betrays McCall by orchestrating the murder of their mutual colleague, Susan Plummer.
Yeah. Got it.
Mr. McCall, you good?
McCall then lures York and his team to his storm-ravaged hometown, where he eliminates York's associates with his tactical expertise before doing battle with York atop a watchtower. It's very dramatic. Not surprisingly, McCall wins the fight, stabbing York in the chest, slitting the back of his neck open, and throwing him off the watchtower onto the hard rocks below. Now that's a way to go. Santos, Drive Away Dolls.
Another glass of rosé?
No. The hour's long past. Check. Check!
It doesn't take long for Pedro Pascal to die in Drive Away Dolls. This was Ethan Coen's first solo film following the creative split from his brother, about two best friends who find themselves embroiled in a grisly criminal scheme. Pascal's brief appearance sets these events in motion.
The case, Santos.
Halt! Evildoer.
The case, Santos.
Not on your life.
In the opening scene, Pascal's Santos anxiously waits in a Philadelphia bar, nervously clutching a briefcase. When his contact fails to arrive, Santos attempts to leave, but is pursued by the bartender, who is actually an assassin. Yes, this is very Coen-esque. Santos is then brutally attacked in an alley, the bartender using a corkscrew to do his dirty work. A part of Santos's body is later found by the film's heroines in the trunk of their car.
I don't want to look. Why do I have to look? Jamie, listen. Whoever sliced that head off knows who we are. This might tell us who they are, so we won't be at a disadvantage.
Agent Whiskey, Kingsman, The Golden Circle.
So? Don't move, kid. You try anything funny and I'll turn this thing electric.
The Kingsman franchise is known for being, shall we say, a little over the top. So it's no surprise that Pascal technically has two deaths in The Golden Circle. In the first, Agent Whiskey is shot in the head by Harry, who rightfully believes that Whiskey is a traitor. But Eggsy doesn't believe him, so he revives Whiskey with nanotechnology.
We need to go dark. We don't know who else at Statesman could be working against us.
This is all my fault. You weren't ready for the field and I pushed for it.
He showed his hand. You think he'd have let us live?
But Whiskey ends up being a bad guy after all, and he confronts the Kingsman agents to prevent them from distributing a key antidote. The three engage in a highly stylized fight before Whiskey is suplexed headfirst into a meat grinder where he is, well, ground. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. You might want to order the chicken.
Viva Las Vegan. This one's for you, Merlin.
Max Phillips, Bloodsucking Bastards.
Question. What do we sell here?
Shake weights.
Our mustaches.
The Abonatrix.
No, Michael.
We sell dreams.
That's my name.
Pascal isn't above doing some B-movies. Enter Bloodsucking Bastards, a goofy horror comedy about vampires in a corporate office. Pascal is Max Phillips, a charismatic yet sinister sales manager who covertly transforms his coworkers into vampires.
What have you done with Amanda?
I just devoured her.
Fabulous. Oso buco.
His reign of terror culminates in a climactic showdown, not to mention a very graphic death. Max first has an office paper cutter sent through his head, and then he's impaled through the heart, just for good measure. But unlike Buffy, he doesn't poetically disappear into a nice cloud of dust. No, he explodes in a massive geyser of blood, drenching his attackers head to toe and dyeing their clothes red.
Evan, you can go home for the day. Frank, you can die.
Joel, The Last of Us.
Do you know how many you killed that day? Did you count as you went, or I guess maybe it just didn't matter?
Game players were in a fun position when it came to the infamous death of Joel. Not only were they wondering how the show would adapt the scene, but they were also gleefully watching their non-gamer friends, gauging their reactions like Game of Thrones readers at the Red Wedding. It was a very good adaptation, accurately capturing most of the grisly details from the game.
You stupid old man. You don't get to rush this.
Joel is shot in the knee. Then he's beaten and whacked with a golf club. Then his face is viciously punched into pulp. And then, just for good measure, the sharpened end of the broken golf club is driven through his neck. Yeah, this one was absolutely brutal, both physically and emotionally.
Joel, get up.
End it.
Joel, get up. Please. Please get up.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Oberin Martell, Game of Thrones.
You shouldn't drink before a fight.
You learned this during your years in the fighting pits. I always drink before a fight.
It could get you killed. It could get me killed.
Today is not the day I die.
Oberyn's death is a fun example of what makes George R.R. Martin's writing so powerfully subversive. Oberyn is built up as an expert fighter seeking vengeance against the Mountain for his dead sister Elia. To make matters even more interesting, he offers to fight the Mountain for Tyrion in a trial by combat.
I will be your champion.
With him winning this battle, the story will conclude a satisfying revenge arc and free Tyrion from execution. But in one of the show's most shocking twists, Oberyn loses and is killed by the Mountain. And this is Game of Thrones we're talking about, so his face is pummeled, his eyes are gouged out, and then his entire head is burst like a watermelon. We see every horrifying detail.
Gonna smash their head in like this!
How did these deaths affect you? Let us know in the comments below.
And that is not what I call a Kentucky welcome.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.